Elena Sokova. She is the executive director at the Vienna Center for Disarmament and Non-Proliferation, and she joins us now live. Thank you so much for being with us on the program. Now, when Olaf Scholz made the announcement of providing Ukraine with the Leopard 2 tanks, he still seemed like he was on the fence about the decision. Why has this been such a divisive process for the European Union?
Well, let me start with the point that at the beginning of the war, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the Western countries were very careful about possibility of sending certain weapons to Ukraine. And it was very unclear from the beginning, at the beginning of the war, what the right lines for Kremlin would be. So it took a while it's gradual shifting of these red lines, where the different types of weapons, most of them were offensive weapons, preventing the Russian missiles and shelling from hitting the targets in Ukraine. And this is a new phase with weapons that could be used in offensive and be effective in that. Mm-hmm. I would agree with your analyst who spoke before that it would probably take time and not all of them will be available and it requires training, but it does help Ukraine to be better prepared and both for the defense and probably pushing back at Russia. With Germany, it was also one of the stipulations in their legislation regarding military experts is that even the equipment that they provided to other countries needs to be agreed in Germany. So it's not like Poland or other countries could simply send their Leopards and other tanks to Ukraine.
Well, Russia is saying this development proves that the West is directly involved in this war. Could this decision backfire in any direct way in Europe?
I think that the Russians obviously are not happy about these decisions, and they are trying to, as with many other developments, to portray that exactly, we told you this is exactly what the West and NATO and the US are doing. They're just pre-planned it all along, and that it's all against Russia rather than Russia being the initiator of the war in Ukraine. But they also downplay the significance at the same time, saying that in military terms, it's not going to change much, which is partially true, but it does provide Ukraine a better chance to both defend and push back on Russian troops.
All right.
The most probably, if you have a moment, I think that it's the signaling that here, which is most important. It probably is the resolve and the desire to help Ukraine and push these red lines that Kremlin establishes and then move the posts again. That is most important here. But it also, to a certain degree, has some risk because this red line is blurring. And you never know whether your next move is actually indeed crossing some red line for Kremlin.
Okay, Elena Sokova, thank you so much for joining us here on the NewsHour and sharing that analysis with us.
I'm pleased to be here.